Hey everybody, it's Blaizeman and it's Sunday and we are talking about is this for real? And the only reason why I say stuff like that, right, is because lately I've been watching like this paranormal stuff and a lot of this stuff is like crazy, right? But right? Are these things real? Are they real? Are they real? Are they real, ladies and gentlemen? That's the problem that I'm having here. And just let me do my job over here for a second, ladies and gentlemen, and let me get this out here to some of the folk that might be listening. And I'm sorry for the feedback, but I'll take care of that and just like that. That's what we'll do. That might be listening, and I'm sorry for the feedback, but I'll take care of that. I thought it just lowered that. Like that. That's huh. What we'll do. Weird. Don't worry, it is. I'm here. I'm here. Just doing a few things that straighten up before we get started. And I named the title of the show. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Take that out of there. So, um, again, I'm here, and I just wanted to do this show. Check this out because um I've been into watching the paranormal and stuff like that, and I just want to get other people to maybe watch something like this on a Sunday evening. Everybody's winding down from the weekend, just trying to chill or relax, and just get their mindset and everything ready for back to the grind on Mondays. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that was all about, right there, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I can't. All right. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. Let me get this down. To come on for you. Yeah, we can do that like that, and we can see what the response is, right? So, again, I've been into it lately, man, but it's just some crazy stuff, right? And and you're watching the show or whatever, and you really got nobody else to or if my wife is here watching with me or whatever, but you have um no one else to be like, wow, you know what I mean, is that real, is that real, you know what I mean? So I picked this out a little this one video out, right, and it's gonna show like some crazy shit, you know what I mean, where you'll see some phenomenon or whatever, and if you got an idea, somebody had a wire or whatever, I don't care, put it up in the chat comment, or you can maybe call into the show at 508-974-4231. You could probably maybe want to do that, right? So today's show is called Is This For real.
Well, I say bull my weevil.
That's what I'm talking about. Bowen or Weevil, you know? So, like I was just saying, if you're just joining in right now, hit us up in the comment section because we're going to show some like scary stuff or some weird stuff or whatever the hell it may be. But all I know is this for real? Because, I mean, this shit's been freaking me out lately. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But I'm going to grab this, right? And we're all going to check it out. And if you got anything, send it in the comments. I'm going to be pausing this. You know, I'm going to be pausing it. I'm going to be playing with the, you know, the audio, video, whatever, you know. But you know, not the audio. I don't need to. I'm not going to do anything. You'll probably see this. You know, my cursor on there. I don't even know if you can see that. Can you see that? I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, you guys get it big and I get it small. Now I'm going to get myself out of there, okay, and put myself over here, and I'm also going to dump that in case, you know, whatever. I don't know. The video gets bigger, right? So this is the top 20 paranormal events caught on camera. All right. So I seen that first and I was like, let's try this shit. You know what I mean? So again, you know, let's have some fun. You can call in and we can talk about it at 508-974-4231. You can email us and talk to us about it at ffnnetwork9@gmail.com, or you can just put something in that goddamn comment section. So let's check out what kind of ghost shit this stuff is right here, folks. We adjust some volumes here. And we could do that. And
what's up, Doc?
exactly. What's up, Doc? Yeah, here we go.
Most of us live normal lives. Work, hanging out, then it's back to the house, but every now and again, we're reminded that things are definitely not what they seem.
All right. Okay. So see right here. Okay. Right. I mean, what are you doing? What is anybody doing if you? I'm sorry. Don't pay attention to the video as much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to fix it so I can get that. What are you doing if you see this?
Definitely not what they seem.
Not this, but this. Okay, the damn kid. Come on, please get your crap together, bro. It goes right to that. I'm not liking that. Anyways, there he is. Look at this kid. He's floating in the air. Or so it seems, right? But here's the cool part. I don't think a lot of people noticed, right? Because you're so fixated on the baby's crib and the poor thing being raised up over there. I like to catch it a little bit better than this. Yeah, boy. Here we go. Look at this kid. Look at him. He's getting risen up, right? But ladies and gentlemen, what do you see different that I don't see? In this picture, come on, man. It takes 2 seconds to type in the comment section. What do you see in this picture that I don't see? You know, is this for real? Is this shit for real? You're watching me and you can't answer me, right? Come on. What do you see in this paused video that I don't see? What makes this believable? I mean, because this is freaky, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, my goodness, the damn baby is being lifted up in the air. Okay, now, since some of you are scared and don't want to comment in and and tell me what you think, always happens. I understand why you're all scared, but anyways. My thing is, number one that I notice is that there's mirrors, okay? on the baby's closet door. There's a mirror there. And you can clearly see the baby. Okay? Right up there. I know you don't see my fingers when I'm pointing at it and stuff, right? So you can clearly see the baby up in the mirror over there. You can see the baby right here. This baby gets lifted up. Lifted up. Only reason why I'm saying, is this for real? Is because, I mean, look, the baby is pushed up, okay, against that. And let's hear the baby to see if this is like him just crying, or is he crying because like he's being hurt? In other words, is there something attached to the baby that's helping him rise up? Okay. They do have wire. It's called invisible wire. Really, they do. And it's like the way it reacts to light and stuff. It's like virtually invisible. But I don't know. Let's watch it, and then we'll play with the video a little bit. Somebody comment, man. This kind of stuff don't freak you out. You're downstairs or you're upstairs, but you're across the hall, and you hear your baby crying, and you go into the damn room. Okay, you go in the damn room, and you see this.
Definitely not what they seem. For many people, explaining
Okay, that's insane. It's a little nutty for me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. So we're going to let this guy talk a little bit, and then we'll get into it deeper. Some of you, I mean, I don't know. I guess you don't like the topic, Had a great viewership, but some of you are like, I guess I'll just twiddle my thumbs on a Sunday instead of listen to a cool podcast about fucking ghosts and, is this for real?
For many people, explaining some of the footage you're about to see would be downright impossible.
Wow.
Fortunately, we have the footage to back the claims up, and even for the most ardent skeptic, these clips are about to turn you into believers in the fact that our world is weird. Because these are some of the scariest and yet most unexplainable events ever caught on camera.
Wow.
Join us as we have a look at 20 paranormal events
we're gonna look
caught
at
on camera.
We're going to talk about
Number 20, a spooked cat. To kick things off, we'll take you to Ontario, Canada, where a cat mother caught some really spooky stuff going on in her home. Kathy Gallagher, a 45-year-old lady, made headlines in 2022 when she claimed that she had gotten evidence of the supernatural. At the time, she explained that she had just moved into her home in Ontario and that she had noticed a lot of strange things going on. She was especially spooked by the fact that objects appeared to simply be moving on their own. And weirded out, but still determined to get to the bottom of it, she decided to set up CCTV cameras at different parts of the house. On one fateful day, she would appear to find what she was looking for. Her cat, interestingly...
I gotta listen. Some of you might have seen it already, but for me and Miss Tammy, it was a kind of a new movie. It was done in like 2015. But if you haven't seen it and you're into scary movies and stuff, watch it. It's called The Visit. It literally scared the shit out of me. Okay? And I love horror movies. Miss Tammy loves horror movies, right? But it scared the freaking crap out of us.
Named Salem, was sitting on its own staring at two nesting dolls when it suddenly got up and ran. But if you take a closer look at the footage, you tell me that you don't see something jump out from one of the dolls' bodies. As Kathy explained, the doll had actually belonged to her mother, and it dated back to the 1950s. The family heirloom or not, I don't think that doll would be in my house much longer after that. Number 19, the Dobby Mystery.
God, you're doing a fucking lousy job.
I don't think that doll would be in my house much longer. Dolls' bodies. As Kathy explained, the doll up and ran. But if you take a closer look at the film, was sitting on its own staring at two nestingly named Salem, was sitting on its own interestingly named Salem, was sitting.
Okay, I don't know if you guys can. Yeah, you can see my cursor. Awesome. If you look right here, you'll see like a little, like, I would call it smoke or a cloud or an apparition or whatever, right? Okay. So now just keep your eye here on this area because they're saying that literally, a person came out of the doll's body or whatever, spirit. And if you watch right here, and then it shoots off this way towards the TV. All right, folks, let's. Here we go.
Named Salem, was sitting on its own staring at two nesting dolls when it suddenly got up and ran. But if you take a closer look at the footage,
Do you see it shoot off over here? See if I can't catch it.
named Salem, was sitting on its own staring at two nesting dolls when it suddenly got up and ran. But if you take a closer
Ooh, almost got it there.
jump out from one of the doll's bodies.
Okay.
As Kathy explained, the doll had actually belonged to her mother, and it dated back to the
Hey,
1950s.
uncle.
The
Hey,
family heirloom or not,
bucko.
I
What's
don't
happening,
think
bro?
that doll would be in my house much longer after that.
Yeah,
Number 19,
This
the
one
Dobby
is
mystery.
fucking crazy.
You know how certain things seem unreal but suddenly begin to turn up once more
Get to the
people believe that
point.
Rowling's Harry Potter series has been teen? Vivian Gomez, a woman based in Colorado Springs, raised a huge alarm
Look at this.
after she claimed that she had
Now, why would it do like a little chicken dance, right? Why would it do a little chicken dance? I don't know. What the fuck? Anyways.
suspiciously liked Dobby the elf, the popular character from the Harry Potter movie. After she claimed that she had seen footage of a creature that seemed to look Springs, raised a huge alarm.
Look, why is it doing that? Right? Everybody sees it, and okay. Why doesn't everybody see what I see? We might have a guest in a few minutes there, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Not a long guest, but just someone to pop on for a little bit. Let's get this right here. Huh. All right. There we go. Okay. So, I mean, look at this thing. And it's doing a chicken dance.
After she claimed that she had seen footage of a creature that seemed to look suspiciously like Dobby the elf, the popular character from the Harry Potter movies. And to make things even more interesting, she literally presented proof.
Look at this thing.
As Vivian would explain, the creature had opened a door at her home
Said,
and
"Is
had
this
come
for
out.
real, man?"
Then it sauntered onto the driveway and did a quick frolic before vanishing into the dead of night. Sadly for her, she
I
was
ain't got no
unable to
Skype.
actually find additional footage
Look at that.
of her CCTV camera because it was limited.
My camera only goes for 10 seconds, so it just cut off at that point.
Now, I know that you can't blame the camera at this point, but I really wish that it had just stayed for a little while longer. Some people claim that the figure could have been Vivian's 9-year-old son, Bobby, just goofing around.
So what do you think? I think it's the kid goofing around. The only reason why I say that is because he did the chicken thing. You know? Come on. I mean, some of you are just joining, man. You should have been here already. Look at this thing.
It just cut off at that point.
Now,
Look. Well, that's not a good one, but let's go back here.
or vanishing into the dead of night. Sadly for her, as Vivian would explain, after she claimed that she had seen
Look,
footage
now
of a creature
watch
from
the
it
kid
literally
do
come to
a
life.
chicken dance.
Back in
Watch.
2019, Vivian Gomez,
I say
a
it's a
woman
kid 'cause
based
I
in
think it
Colorado
is.
Springs, raised a huge alarm
chicken.
after she claimed that she had seen footage of a creature that seemed to look suspiciously
Come
like
on.
Dobby the
I
elf,
don't know.
the
And I'm
popular
not gonna
character
know
from the
until
Harry
you
Potter
people
movies.
comment
And to make
and
things
give
even
your,
more
you
interesting,
know,
she
what do you
literally
think? Look at this
presented proof. As Vivian would explain, the creature had opened a door at her home and had come out. Then it sauntered onto the driveway and did a quick frolic before vanishing into the dead of night. Sadly for her, she was unable to actually find additional footage of her CCTV camera because it was limited.
My camera only goes for 10 seconds, so it just cut off at that point.
Now, I know that you can't blame the camera at this point, but I really wish that it had just stayed for a little while longer. Some people claim that the figure could have been Vivian's 9-year-old son, Bobby, just
I think
goofing
it's
around.
the kid.
But considering that the figure looked really lanky and had very bowed legs, I would doubt it. Perhaps the Dobby is real after all.
I hate when they
Number 18, The Great Ghostly. Now, if you're a fan of literature and classic films, then you probably were a fan of The Great
Rosemary's
Gatsby,
Baby.
the magnum opus of F. Scott Fitzgerald. The book is one of the best-selling titles of all time, and it was also adapted into one of the most entertaining movies of our time, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire. While many of us have been thrilled by The Great Gatsby, one of the most intriguing characters in the film was, of course, Daisy Buchanan. She was the leading lady in the movie, and many believe that her character was influenced by 1980, and who was rumored to have had an affair with Fitzgerald. In 2018, a woman named Christy Ranieri was on a walk close to the summer house owned by King when she spotted something strange. As she would explain, she had stopped to take a selfie when she got...
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, come on. Let's get some answers here. Will we please? Let's just get some answers. Does that look like a figure in the window? Let me ask our guest for a while, Mr. Christopher J. Botello. Hey, Christopher, how are you? Let's give him a second to get his mic up and running.
All right, there you go.
There he is. How are you, Christopher? How you doing, sir?
I think you already know the answer to that one, but good.
Yeah, I do. So, Chris, does that look like a figure in a window?
It does look like a face. My question with the Dobby one is, how come the shadow for Dobby is like 3 times the size of Dobby?
Right. And I agree with that, and I'd love to go talk to you about that one, but we kind of passed it. But I will say that depends on the light angle, Chris. It
Now,
depends
yeah,
on
to
the
me,
angle. Huh?
if you look at that at the right angle, it more looks like Brandon Lee's The Crow CGI'd. How come the chin of
from it
the
literally come to life. Back in 2019, Vivian Gomez, a woman based in Colorado Springs, raised a huge alarm.
Okay. Go ahead, Chris.
if you look at the shadow, technically his head, his body should have stopped where his head is. But yet that shadow looks like it was already, according to that shadow, his legs have to be 6 feet tall, but yet his head ain't even to the friggin' thing. That's
Right.
CGI.
That-
That girl set it up.
Well, I don't know about CGI, Chris. I have to disagree
The
with you there for a little
Photoshop.
bit. No, I think it's the lighting.
Not for
I
nothing. but
think
that
it's the
shadow
way-
looks like it
I think
belongs to
it's the way
Beavis
the
and
light-
Butthead.
Yeah, I think it's the way that the light is shining. I only can defend my argument because if you look at the car looks 4 times the size of a regular car. So that debunks that whole thing, in my opinion. You know what I mean? To me, it's the way the shadows, because the way the lighting is pointing
Okay.
down in the yard.
So let me put it this way, right? You would not have a shadow if you're standing with the sun. The shadow is going to be in front of you, not in back of you. Why is the shadow in the back of the car?
Well, I don't think it's in the back of the car.
Look at the
it's-
back light. Look
it's
at the
going-
back light on
it's
the
going
ground.
this
It
way.
wraps around.
It's going.
Yeah, but go to the
towards the
bottom
truck.
where the time is, right there. Now you could curve that shadow all the way underneath that car.
Well, like I said again, I think because the light is up around over here and it's shining down in this type of angle. Definitely the shadow. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not arguing
I'm just saying,
on the
if
shadow.
you casted a shadow, the shadow would be in front of you if the light was coming from behind you. Technically, the light should be where it's coming from. Technically, the light should be like at that thing, so you should not see shadow.
After she claimed that
And look how the shadow of that thing just transformed too.
Well, yeah, that's because of his movement. But my whole argument here is it not being real is because he does the, what kind of creature is going to do like the chicken? Dun, dun, dun. He clearly goes like this, chicken, check him out.
After she claimed that
Look,
she had
see?
seen footage of a creature
Let me
that
just
seemed
back it up a
Gomez,
tad
a
more.
woman
What the
based in
hell that is,
Colorado
and I can
Springs,
send you a
raised a
fucking
huge
They
video
watch
alarm.
the
of
kid.
what
After
that
she
is.
claimed that
See?
she
Chicken.
Yes, I can send you a video of what that is. Hold on a second. Emily, come here. You got this one. I know you got this one. Rewind it until he starts moving. What is
Gomez,
that?
a woman based in
You
Colorado
know the one.
Springs, raised a huge alarm after she claimed that she had seen footage of a creature that seemed
What's that video that you always watch with the green dude that was doing the chicken walk and with his legs going out?
All right, and we'll wait to see if she comes up with an answer or a link to that. We're gonna move on, folks. We're gonna move on. I don't know. I think it's a kid in a costume. You know what I mean? Light can do a lot of things. Light can do a lot of things with shadows, all that stuff like that. So to me, I just think it's the kid in the costume. Because to me, I can't see a creature doing the chicken.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. If it's a kid in a costume, that kid has to be fucking one unhealthy kid.
Well, he could be skinny. You know what I mean? I
Like
don't
I
know. I
said,
don't know.
unhealthy.
But to me, those are that's the main thing for me. Can't see some kind of creature wanting to do the chicken walk. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's just me. But
after she claimed that she had seen footage of a creature that seemed to look suspiciously like Dobby the elf at her home and had come out. Then it sauntered
well, that's even better. You could see it coming more from the shadow.
at her home and had
That's the beginning of it right here. Right there.
come out.
Does anybody see anything? LOL. Skinny as hell. No kidding.
Yeah, look at the
There's
side
no argument there, but
Look at the shadow of the
I
neck.
mean, come on. We've seen skinny kids before.
Wow.
Then
Well, and there he is. A better shot.
it sauntered
I don't know. Could this be the front of the face and it's turning its head to the right to look towards the car? And that could be the face pointing out.
How about
I
this? He's
mean,
close
is this
enough
for
in a
real?
car. How come none of his reflections are coming off of the car?
Well, I don't know why they're not coming off the car. That's a
The
good
car
point.
would have
Well,
the
that's a
car
good
would act
point.
like a mirror.
Well, let's see. Let's back her up a little bit and see if the car grabs this. I don't want to go too far. All right, everybody, pay attention.
Then it sauntered onto
Right
the
there.
driveway and did a
Oh,
quick
wrong
frolic
button.
before
One
vanishing.
Yes,
It's
sir. It picks it up. It picks it up
Then it sauntered on
right here. Right there. So I know for a fact that the light is shining from the top down and it's catching him on the side. Yep, right there.
onto the driveway
Even in the windows, right here. And now here comes the chicken.
and did a quick
Quack, quack,
frolic
quack.
before vanishing into the dead of night. Sadly for her, she was unable to actually
Now wait a minute. Did that just vanish, or was that because the camera stopped?
Supposedly it vanished, but that's all it was because her phone could only do 10-second videos.
Right. So that's when it
or
stopped.
vanishing into
Boom,
the dead of
like
night.
that, yeah.
Sadly for her, she was unable to actually find additional footage of her CCTV camera because it was limited.
My camera only goes for 10 seconds, so it just cut off at that point.
Now, I know that you can't blame the camera at this point, but I really wish
I
that it
wanted
had
to
just
know
stayed
what
for a little while
camera
longer.
only goes for 10
Some people claim
seconds.
that the figure could have been
Video
Vivian's
and
9
Well, it does it does depend on the plan. Here's the kid right here too. I don't know. He looks a little skinny to me.
Year-old son Bobby just goofing around, but considering that the figure looked really lanky and had very bowed legs, I would doubt it. Perhaps the Dobby is real after all. The Great Ghostly, B.
Right,
McGuire.
so we were already here.
When she
This
spotted,
one's
I have my doubts,
Was
but
that the
I
one
first
in the
getting their
window?
hair done. This one
Yeah.
in the comment section
All right,
down
how
below.
come if he's inside the window, how come his chin is on the crossbar?
All right, I don't know what I just did. I think I fucked something up, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. There
Most of
we
us
go.
live who's looking for.
All right, let's pull that back up.
Now, there's
Look,
one-
I don't want anybody to hit me up on Facebook Messenger, ladies and gentlemen. You
That
want to
was
call
me.
the show? Call the
No,
show.
that was me.
Oh, okay.
I was sending you the video. My daughter found it, the Green Man dance.
All right, we'll check that out, and then we're gonna come to this here,
At her home,
and we're gonna put
had
this
come
up
out.
right here.
Then it sauntered onto the.
All right, and now we're gonna go and we're going to visit the Green Man. All right, and your point to this person was CGI'd.
I honestly do believe that there was some sort of like hoaxing in there.
Oh, I agree. There's hoaxing too. I believe that it's the kid.
But when he started walking and doing the chicken dance, and then he started moving his legs, the way he starts moving his legs, there's only one image that came to mind on me, and my daughter was good enough to send it in Messenger, so I sent it to you.
Okay, and thank Gabby for that.
I'll
My
take that
thing
vote
here
back.
is, look, here's the face. That looks like the face. It's looking to the left now. Okay, that's my my opinion. All right, let's bring up the green guy, and ladies and gentlemen, let's see if the green guy that is CGI'd, correct?
Yeah.
And we're gonna see. Just picture this dude in in a white suit, I guess, and we'll see. All right, here is Green Man, and we'll see what the point of this is here. We'll play it.
Dame tu cosita, dame tu cosita.
Oh, I could see it, Chris. I could see it. How about you, ladies and gentlemen? I could see it.
I thought I saw a putty cat.
If this thing was white and you put it, and you can get rid of that background. I have software that does all of that as well. And I don't know. No disagreement here. I mean, yeah, totally could do that. But, again, let me bring this back out here. There we go. Again, so that's where that is here.
Driveway and did a quick frolic before vanishing into the dead of night. Sadly for her, she was unable to actually. Some people claim that the Great Ghostly. Now, if you're a fan of literature and classic films, then you Gatsby, one of the most intriguing characters, Ginevra King, a socialite that lived between 1898 and 1980, and who was rumored to have had an affair with Fitzgerald. In 2018, a woman named Christy Ranieri was on a walk close to the summer house owned by King when she spotted something strange. As she would explain, she had stopped to take a selfie when she got home.
Okay, so does everybody watching agree that is a face in the window? Just throw me a hands up or something.
I would agree that it's a face in the window. I would even, if somebody would state that might be a flower corsage in her hair, I would agree with them on that as well.
Right there.
But my problem with that photo is if they're inside the window, how come her chin is on the cross beam of the window?
Oh, I don't think her chin is on the cross beam of
Look
the
at it.
window.
You can
I
see,
mean,
you can if you
the
follow
cross
it
beam is outside the window. It's not in the window
exactly.
there.
So why would it be on top? Wouldn't it be behind?
Well, are you saying this little pot right here?
Follow the line. And
I
you can
am.
clearly, but you
And
can see
it goes,
that
it starts from here, and then it
and then
goes
goes
just a
around
little
there,
bit
and
under
then goes
there, and it
back
comes
up.
back up. Well,
So
it
if it
isn't.
was
It isn't.
inside
It,
the window,
It
It
is an
was me
apparition,
behind it.
though. It is an apparition, so they probably got some of their face out in the window.
That's the chin over the crossbar. Otherwise, the whole other face is inside.
It could be a doctored photo.
And not for nothing, if you ask me, that kind of looks like Captain Howdy.
Well, really, Captain Howdy wears a flower boot on her hair.
Oh,
Let's
all right. And The Exorcist, there in The Exorcist with Linda Blair from like the 70s, the one that was like pretty much everybody knows the original Exorcist by Mike Blatty. They, if you pay attention real quick, they do it like 3 times in the movie. They'll quickly flash a face, completely black screen behind it, and it's a quick flash of a face.
right
That
in white.
they reference that to Captain Howdy.
Oh, okay. Oh. All right. Well, let's see what this lady has to say.
Examine the picture, and what do you know? There was something that looked like a ghost peeking out behind her. As Christy would explain, that can only be the ghost of Ginevra King, showing that she still is very much roaming around the world. I have my doubts, but I'd sure love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments section down below.
Yeah, I don't think so,
Now,
buddy.
Number
That's my
17,
word.
aching for a haircut.
I'll call you what you are right now, Uncle Blaze. I believe in ghosts. I specifically remember being over Aunt Bambi's house. I forgot where she lived, but I was sleeping over there one night, and I was in a room, and I specifically remember somebody walking into that room and going up to her dresser, and yet there was nobody else in the house.
Wow.
That was one occasion I had. I in my house right now, I have multiple. Even I could put my kids on here. They really don't know their grandmothers. Hey, we moved up here when Emily was 2 years old. My mother already passed away. Heather's mother was alive. We moved up here, and you know how for some reason my mother was wicked religious and prayed almost like constantly on a daily basis. Emily described to the T my mother sitting at the base of her bed praying while Heather's mother, who's a complete atheist, and she described her to a T as well. And really, I don't have pictures of my mom. I don't really have anything. So there's no way that Emily could really know besides my mother's ID. And both of my kids have told us that they've woken up to my mother praying at the bottom of their bed while Heather's mother would be at the top of their bed standing over them.
Wow, that's incredible.
I personally, I went to a friend's birthday party. I had to go pick up another friend. Dude comes out of the house and he goes, Chris, I need you to do me a favor. You're the only one that I could ask to do this because I know you're the only one that will live up to their word. I need you to contact my son. I need you to contact my son, and I need you to tell him I sent him down to Florida because he was getting too much into drugs up here. And I was like, okay, weird, but okay, no problem. Okay. And now, fast forward, me and John get to my buddy Phil's house for his birthday. Time's going by. And I'm like, yo, does anybody know how to get in touch with so and so? I just talked to the father. It's weird. He wants me to apologize to the son for him and stuff. And they're like, dude, he died like a week ago.
Wow.
I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? I just saw him. I just saw him. He just asked me, like, not even like 2 hours ago to do this. And they're like, he died of an overdose 2 weeks ago.
No.
So, me personally, I do believe in ghosts. So even though I'm like, hey, well, you can see the chin there.
That would trip me out and everything, bro. That would have tripped me right out.
There's
Has anybody else out there had an experience like that where you saw ghosts?
Let us know.
I haven't. You can call us too, man. Tell us about it. 508-974-4231. Okay. Or you can email us and send us a video at ffnnetwork9@gmail.com. But me personally, I never seen anything like that because I'm going to tell you right now. I tell my wife all the time, and it laughs.
Yeah, but
Everybody's like,
truth be told, you're kind of stuck up on some things.
no, I believe in fucking ghosts, man. I do. I believe in that shit. But my motto is that, again, everybody laughs about it like a joke. But I see something. I'm not staying here. I'm gone. I'm not. Fuck that shit. I ain't dealing with that shit.
Oh, you're
Let's
the
see.
smart wife guy.
Let's see what the.
I'm the dumb
let's
white guy.
see.
I'm like, how can I
My
help
name
you? Let me set up
is
a candle.
Slowpoke Rodriguez.
And let's see what happens here in the barber shop. Again, excuse me. If anybody here has got a ghost story or anything weird like that, you give us a call at 508-974-4231. Is this for real with Blaizeman tonight, Sunday night at 4:28 at 7:55 Eastern time. Let's
And I
watch
apologize if you hear weird things coming from my mic. My stomach's all kind of fucked up.
this.
Now, normally, if you go in for a haircut, you know what to expect. People like you seated in front of mirrors getting their hair done. But on this day, I don't think the guys at this particular salon expected what they got. This clip, taken back in 2010, shows the moment that something truly spooky happened at a hair salon. According to the salon's owner, he had actually been a bit skeptical about installing cameras, but ended up being glad that he did. You'll notice that the entire salon, only a woman is getting her hair done, with 2 seats being empty. And then if you take a good look at the chair in the distance with the dark blue cape,
oh shit, oh hell to the no. Hell no. Did you just, oh shit, oh hell.
See, that's me.
I mean, first of all, the chair raised up by itself as if someone had stood up from it, and then the cape kind of shrinks inside instead of falling down. The entire thing was crazy enough to scare the guy sitting close to it, and to be honest, I would be out of there as well if it were me. Number 16, the thirsty ghost. You know that feeling when you've been saying something to someone, but no one ever believes you until you show them proof? Well, you can only imagine how vindicated this woman must have felt when she finally caught some paranormal activity in her home on camera. Back in 2012, Donna Ayers began raising an alarm about the different weird activities around her house. That included, and especially the fact, that things were seemingly moving on their own. Looking to really nail the proof, she decided to take a video recording, and right on cue, she captured something, literally in her kitchen, that decided to move a cup.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Is This For Real with
Surface
Blaizeman.
isn't wet or anything. It's all dry.
Hello, caller.
I was listening to your show and I just wanted to call and say it's a great show so far.
That's pretty fun, huh? This is
Mhm.
Miss Tammy, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Tammy's getting a little bit of overtime in. Say hello, Christopher.
Hello, everyone.
I can't hear you
Hey,
if you're trying to
Tammy,
talk.
my baby's screaming in the background, so I'm trying to keep my
Oh,
mic
hi,
muted
Mr.
until I need to talk.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. How you doing?
All right.
That's
I was telling everybody about the scary movie you and I watched the other night because we're
Oh
doing.
my God.
Yeah, we're doing a little bit. We're doing a thing this Sunday, and it's called "Is This For Real" with Blaizeman, and
Cool.
I got some ghostly paranormal stuff showing up, and we're talking about it. But that movie we watched the other night is called The Visit. Yes, it's an older movie. I think 2015. Miss
Yeah, I
Tammy,
think
would you
so.
say?
I think it was
Anyways, for
2000.
us, it
Yeah.
was a new movie. We never seen it before. We love, horror. And boy, I'll tell you, it scared us. It scared the both of us. You know what I mean? So it was pretty freaky. And
Scared me too.
what I'm gonna do is while we're talking, Miss Tammy, is I'm gonna look for
All right. Well,
the
I'll
trailer.
let you go back to it because
And-
it's raining outside, actually.
Well, I could give you an update. The visit was released.
Okay, Miss Tammy, thank you for the call. Have a great day.
You're welcome.
We love
Have
ya.
a great show. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Okay, so what was you gonna say there, Chris?
The Visit is a horror mystery thriller. It was released
Yes.
on September 11th of 2015. And if anybody doesn't understand that date, that is the 14-year anniversary of 9/11.
Really?
Two siblings become increasingly frightened by their grandparents'
Yeah.
disturbing
Hold
behavior
on.
while visiting them on vacation.
Yeah. This, and I want to show the trailer because I really would like you people to watch this son of a gun because some of you might
It's
have
a M.
seen it.
Night Shyamalan. You might want to add that because you know there's going to be a twist.
This, I'm telling you, it was good. It was good. Let's let the folks decide there, Chris, and we'll throw a trailer up here for them. Let me fix it here. There we go. Let's check this trailer out.
Every day it's a getting close.
Are you holding my camera properly? Swerve, girl.
Yes, it's one of those where they, like the Blair Witch Project, where they carry the camera or whatever and stuff like that. But it's not annoying. You know what I'm saying? It's they actually do a pretty good job.
I hated that fucking genre.
Yeah, but hey, it worked. Made some money.
Stop, both of you.
Yours will surely come.
Hi, Mom. My parents asked if their grandchildren could visit them for a week.
Here we are. This is where our mom grew up. I wanted to spend time with you for so long.
Miss you guys.
Mom, we're having a great time.
I have not seen your Nana this happy in years. Bedtime here is 9:30. It's probably best you two shouldn't come out of your room after that. See you in the morning.
9:30? 9:30. What is that? It's 10:47. We think there's someone outside the door. What the hell was that? I think Nana's not feeling well.
Grandmother is fine. It's like somebody talking in their sleep.
What's he doing? They're weird during the day.
I was just cleaning it.
And even weirder at night? Mom, there's something wrong with Nana and Papa.
They're just old. Bear with it for a couple of days.
Nana, you okay? They're hiding something.
It's just the end of your trip.
I'm sad it's all over. I'm gonna get you.
Papa!
Let's make it a perfect night.
What is that? Mom, you need to come right now.
Would you mind getting inside the oven to clean it?
Stop! Nana, stop!
Movie was a trip. I'm telling you, it was. It was a trip, and I recommend anybody, everybody who's watching right now to watch it if you're into that stuff. Because I'll tell you,
Well, we know what Hansel and Gretel turned into.
Yeah, but yeah, you got to watch it. You definitely got to watch it. Now let's get back to the lady with the dirty coffee mug over here. See what we can't find out there. And nobody's got any questions, right? We appreciate you watching.
So there's no reason for it to be moving.
To cover any bias, Donna...
Dry. So there's no reason for it to be moving.
To cover any bias, Donna did show underneath the platform where the cup was to reveal that there was nothing there. So the question remains, what on earth was actually moving that cup? According to the lady, she believed that she was being haunted by her late brother. If that is the case, I wonder if the guy's just thirsty in the great beyond. Gotta quench your thirst, right?
Well, hey.
Number 15.
There we go.
Messing with a victim. Most people who experience paranormal activities tend to have first-hand experience literally on their own, and that experience can be quite harrowing when you're by yourself. Now, for a perfect example of this, we'll take a look at this guy. The clip, which was taken in November of 2017, shows a guy working late at the office when he suddenly hears an alarm going off. As the clip will show, he decides to go and check it out, and eventually came back thinking that he was done, but little did he know that whatever was behind the entire thing was not done messing with him. Visibly scared once again, the guy decides to go and check out what's happening. I don't know what happened behind the camera, but he was so spooked that he literally hightailed it out of there and ran away.
Okay, I'm bolting too. Chris?
No.
Now you're hanging around?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not me. I mean, look, come on. The guy's
I'm
hearing
going-
noises. He
No,
comes
I've been in the asylum.
He comes out, okay?
Heather, what's that asylum that I broke into?
Yeah, well, I get that I went on a few like ghost hunting things too, you know what I mean? And again, if I was at the place where I went ghost hunting, this shit happened, I'm fucking out of there. I'm not staying. Look, the door gets slammed behind him and somebody whips a fucking chair at him and there's nobody in sight. Okay.
Camera, but he was so spooked that he literally hightailed it out of there and ran away.
That's it. Taking a fucking day. Oh, yeah.
I don't think that he'll be coming back to work the next day, though. Number 14, ghosts in school. If you're a parent, you must have heard your children give some funny reasons why they don't want to go to school, like it's cold outside, or they feel sick even when they're not, or perhaps the bus driver's just mean to them. Well, what about it if the school is haunted by a ghost? Back in 2017, CCTV footage would show a weird moment when things began to get kind of spooky at a middle school in Ireland. As the footage would show, things began when a backpack suddenly flew off the top of a locker. Then, as if that wasn't enough, one of the posters on the wall decided to take a trip to the ground as well. And for a third act, the chairs in the hallway started moving on their own. According to reports, the school in question had long been rumored to be haunted because the land on which it was built used to be an execution ground for criminals. But it looks like the guys are hunting for some vengeance and taking it out on those poor school materials. Number 13, Ghost in the Crib. Being a parent can be challenging, but it looks like the guys are hunting for ground as well. And for a third act, the chairs in the hallway started moving on their own. According to posters on the wall decided to take a trip to the ground as well. And for a third act, the chairs in the
what's your thought on the chair?
There's something funky with that shadow.
Oh. Explain.
Probably it's hard because you got that crossbar like there's nothing you can do about it. But if you watch it, you can see that the shadow distorts itself.
Then, as if that wasn't enough, one of the posters on the wall decided to take a trip to the ground as well. And for a third act, the chairs in the hallway started moving on their own.
Right there.
According to reports, the school in question had long been rumored to be hacked, suddenly flew off the top of a locker. Then, as if that wasn't enough.
Okay, you see the squares on the floor, right? The rectangles.
Mm-hmm.
Before somebody corrects me that I need to go back to fucking school. All right. Now 1, 2, 3 tiles over. It's gonna be what looks like the longest tile.
Oh yeah.
1, 2, 3 over.
Over this way?
No, go to the bottom tile.
Yeah.
All right. Now go left 2 tiles. 1, 2.
Okay. Yep.
Right there.
Yep.
When the shadow gets to that, the shadow distorts itself.
Right.
enough, one of the posters on the wall decided to take a trip to the ground as well. And for a third act, the chairs in the hallway started moving on their own. According to reports, the school in question had long been rumored to be haunted because the land on which it was built used to be an execution ground for criminals.
Oh my God.
But it looks like the guys are hunting for some vengeance and taking it out on those poor school materials. Number 13, Ghost in the Crib. Being a parent can be challenging. You're constantly looking to protect them from harm, but while maintaining your children's safety from physical danger is pretty easy, how do you protect them when there's harm from the other side? Back in 2019, Josh Higgins and Heather Brow, a couple based out of Michigan, made the news after they had shared footage of what they truly believed to be a ghost that was haunting their little girl, Lily. As the parents set up a camera to monitor their daughter, they would be shocked to find what appeared to be a specter moving through her room. And as you would expect, it startled the little girl.
The couple's nanny cam video a few weeks ago, what appears to be something moving in front of the baby crib.
The parents added that the ghostly shape had been assaulting them, first the daughter and then Heather herself.
It scares us that it could do something else. I mean, there was even a morning that I woke up and I felt like.
You're absolutely right. Ghosts don't do things. Poltergeists are the ones that have the power to move items.
When I say I don't run, is because I know with a ghost, they got no control. They can't hurt you. That's the reason why I won't run. Well, for one, I'm a fucking idiot and won't run from anything. But the other reason why I won't run, even if it's a poltergeist, is as long as you tell them that they got no fucking control over you and they're not welcome, they cannot do anything to you. It's once you start questioning God and losing your faith in God, which I have many times. Fuck, I lost it today. I was calling that son of a bitch out today. But there's a whole power to it. Sorry, I'm looking for a lighter so I can light this cigarette.
That's okay. I was just checking. Let's listen to more.
Like something was around like someone's hands were around my neck.
And according to paranormal investigators that were brought in to check out the scene, the man who had originally lived in the home had taken his own life, so it appears that his ghost may have had unfinished business in the home. Seems like it might be time to move out a little earlier than planned. Number 12, the haunted.
It's the fact of committing fucking suicide. You commit suicide, you do not go to heaven. You do not go to hell. You go to purgatory, which even proves my point that earth is fucking purgatory. You go to purgatory because it's a fucking sin. And even the devil considers you a quitter. At least that's just my opinion. All right. When you have somebody who commits suicide, it's considered a gruesome death. It's not a normal death. A, if you committed suicide, you're A, going against God. And B, the devil does not like spinelessness. One of the things that he hates, one of the whole reasons over the concept of the devil getting vanquished from heaven is that God did not give the angels free will. They were his servants. The devil got pissed off because God gave us free will, which is also kind of contradictory because did the devil not have free will to challenge God himself? But when you have somebody who commits a violent death, like, you got women who, I'm not trying to, you know what word I'm looking for. You can't really say it on social media. But if you have a woman that was assaulted and then brutally murdered, that women tend to stay around because of how brutal the death was. Suicide is the same thing. Just imagine how brutal, even though the person did it himself, whether it's, down the alley, it's a hanging, it's anything. Think about how tragic and brutal that death is, because that person had to do it themselves. In my opinion, there's a lot of trauma there. It ain't unfinished business. It's just a lot of goddamn trauma. But hey, I could be, there's probably people out there that go, "Oh, well, you're an asshole." I've lost several friends. And before you want to call me a fucking asshole, this is my fucking cousin. This is my cousin. Sits right here facing me every fucking day. You don't think I deal with certain things because of my beliefs myself? You're a fucking moron. Uh, when you get paranormal, and I'm talking people because I was told to. When you do certain things in life, if there is a life after death, if there ain't a life after death, I don't fucking know. I haven't died to be sure. But I personally believe, like, we know that our house is haunted. And it's haunted by the guy who built it. It's the guy. It was haunted by the guy who built it. And the reason why I say that is because if I know that there's an issue in the house with the house, my landlord won't fix it. Strange things start happening in the house. Now, when strange things start happening in the house, after a while, I'm like, okay, what is it? What's wrong with the house? If I go fix what's wrong with the house myself, it all dies down, especially with the basement. It was an Italian. He did the whole masonry. It's a beautiful fucking basement. Like, I love the basement. Everybody in my house is scared to go in the basement. It's the safest place. It's where I feel the safest in this house. Like, I could go downstairs in the basement and just put a chair there and sit. But like I say, if there's something wrong with the house and it don't get fixed, strange things starts happening in the house. As far as the baby goes and being haunted, you know, and this is a very common thing with babies. Anybody who have kids, chime in, let me know. When your baby was in the pack and play, or when your baby was in the crib, and you would hear them talking, you would come out there. Were they looking up at a corner of the room and just having a full blown conversation with somebody that you didn't see? Now, the reason why I ask that, 'cause I really don't give a fuck what people think about me. I know who I am. I know what I am. I'm good with who I am. I don't care. But both of my daughters have had that. My dad just died, John Meldrum. I know the last names, but he became my father. When he died, I had to go to the hospital to get his possessions and belongings from my mother because she was a double amputee. So I was the one that went to the hospital. I was the last one to see him. I was the only one. So I'm back at home. My mother is in the hospital. My mother gave us a bunch of angels and Christian crosses type stuff. And we had it in our house. Well, as soon as we brought it in, shit started becoming weird in that apartment. And I put a night light, plugged it in, and went in the room by myself and shut off it. And asked yes and no answers. And one of the questions that I said, you don't like the religious artifacts. My mother is giving them to my kids. And because I didn't care to have them out myself. Do you mind if I put them in the closet until we move? They will stay in the house. And the thing was, make the bright lighter, make the light brighter for yes, make it dimmer for no. When I asked that question, the light became brighter. So I grabbed all the angels, I grabbed everything that my mom gave us that was religion, and I put it in the closet. Now I wind up. Oh, thank you. My grilled cheese. Uh, uh, I wind up having to go see my mother while she was in Brigham and Women's Hospital. And all of a sudden, I'm halfway there. My wife calls me and she's like, "Yeah, you need to come home." I was like, "Babe, I gotta go to my mom. She's dying. You know, she don't have long. I gotta go to my mom." And she goes, "No, you need to get home right now. There's a problem in the house." And I was like, what is it? Second guy, Frank? Second floor, Frank? Just tell him when I get home, I'll beat the fuck out of him. It's to have the cops ready. When I show up, she goes, "No, you need to come home." So I guess what happened was my daughter knew about them, that they were in the closet. I guess my daughter went to go turn the doorknob and open up the door. And the door wouldn't open. So my wife goes over and turns the doorknob, tries to open it. As soon as my wife turned the doorknob, tried to open it, it was resistance. And then the light bulb blew. Like, I mean, blew. And then the doorknob opened. The door opened. After that, we never had an issue. In my opinion, my father told the ghost that was already there to go fuck himself. These are my grandkids. And to back it up that the place was haunted, the lady who used to live on the third floor was moved to the first floor because she was 80 years old. We're sitting there and we hear a glass shatter in the living room. So I thought somebody threw a rock through our window on the third floor. So I get up, I'm in the living room, I'm searching, I'm searching, I'm searching. I can't find any glass. But me and my wife hear the glass shatter. The next morning, we're downstairs on the front porch. The lady who is there comes out, and we're like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Hey, you used to live upstairs, right?" And she goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Did anything bad ever happen up there with yous?" And she goes, "Oh, you met my husband?" And I went, "What?" She goes, "Oh, you met my husband. Did you hear a glass shatter?" Now, this is without us saying anything to her. And we were like, "Yeah, why?" The day before, the night before, when we heard the glass shatter, according to her, he came home from work, as anybody that age group did, came home from work, bought himself a drink, went into the living room, which was the living room for us at the time as well, and sat down in his chair. 2 minutes later, her and her son Michael heard a glass shatter. They walked out. Her husband was dead. He had an aneurysm. And
Wow.
the day that we heard it was the anniversary of his death.
Wow. Crazy stuff, bro.
Dude, I'm
Real
telling you,
crazy
I
stuff.
personally, Jack, I could tell you like 30, 40
That's what
fucking
I'm
ghost
saying.
stories
I'm
that
waiting for
happened to
some
me.
folks to give us a call, man, and and tell us if they have experienced anything like that. I mean, the only thing, I mean, no, I can't even. Yeah, I've never experienced anything, and quite frankly, I mean, I'm not inviting anybody to fuck with me either. So
Right.
let's listen to this, Chris.
pot store. Back to stories of ghosts that might be.
Yeah. You good?
I'm already intrigued.
Yeah, it's the pot store, right? Yeah.
Trying to make contact with the physical world. Our next story takes us to Oregon, where the owner of a dispensary claimed that his shop was apparently being haunted. In 2018, a man named Andy Gomez, who owned a pot dispensary, claimed that he had substantial proof that his shop was being haunted by ghosts. And for that proof, he showed this surveillance footage and just watch the pot jar as it suddenly begins to move while he's arranging the place. To make things worse here, Andy added that he had felt a weird presence while the whole thing was happening.
As it was happening, I kind of felt like somebody was standing next to me, or like somebody was like right here.
And if that wasn't enough, check out the jar with the pens on the counter. Now keep in mind that this is a pot dispensary. Any doctoring of surveillance footage could land the guys in jail. Could we have a ghost looking to just simply burn some trees? Who really knows? Number 11. Ghost feline. Now for something that just can't be explained anywhere, take a look at this piece of footage.
I got one
captured in 2019.
Say again?
I got an animal story that my wife could back up.
This footage shows two cats sitting calmly on the front porch of their owner's home.
Bottom left, ladies and gentlemen, in case you ain't caught it, right there.
It looks pretty chill. Well, you're about to see some.
Okay, now it's switched. Now they're over here. I don't know if that's because of mirroring of the camera or did they move?
Cameras don't mirror.
Let's see. Well, explain it then, because they're over here, and this is a mirror image that switches, because all it does, see the railing? Now watch, it's going to be on this side.
Front porch of their owner's home. It looks
boom. It's mirrored.
Pretty chill. Well, you're about to see something weird though. Suddenly, one of those cats appeared to have been scared by something that was coming out of the shrubs close to the two of them. And that's when it decided to run for the...
Whoa! Get the fuck out of here.
Suddenly, one of those cats appeared to have been scared by something that was coming out of the shrubs close to the two of them. And that's when it decided...
Look how fucking far this cat is jumping, ladies and gentlemen. This is a cat right here. That son of a bitch leaped from here. And he's in midair, and he's going to go over here and get on this fucking pole. You what? There we go.
Something that was coming out of the shrubs close to the two of them. And that's when it decided to...
Look at this thing.
Run for the...
Boom. There it is. It just flew right to the pole, Chris. You see that?
Yeah, and I believe that.
That's insane. Okay, I know cats can leap. Trust me, I've had a couple, and I still do. But
that's Olympic. That's a cat that belongs in the Cat Olympics.
Let's see for a minute. Chris, that's at least, I want to say 20 foot high. 20-foot jump.
20-foot jump there and 20 feet high.
For those of you just watching, the cat over here on the right side of your screen down the bottom, there's two cats. One don't move for shit. Okay, and I think it's because its back it's turned against the bush. See, it is its face right there. Here's the other cat. This cat is literally going to leap from where this paper is, or whatever that is, all the way in the air. It's going to jump. If you're just tuning in, it's going to jump from here right to this pole right up here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, is this for real or what?
Have been scared by something that was coming out of the shrubs close to the two of them. And that's when it decided.
There it is. There's a leap right here. Actually, it leaped right here. Now it's in mid-flight. Okay?
Decided to run for.
Boom. There it is right here. Okay? and it's going to attach itself to this pole right there.
There
it is up here.
Hills, leaving his partner alone.
That's nuts. That's all I got to say about that. If you got a comment, give us a comment. If you want to talk to us, give us a buzz at 508-974-4231. Let us know if you ever ran into anything crazy like this. Is this for real?
But just as soon as the cat takes off, it seemingly vanishes. Now, where did he go? Did he literally turn into a firefly and float away? Where on earth did it go? The craziest thing was that the feline's partner seemingly just looked unbothered about the entire thing. Either the cat was on his own wave, or he'd probably seen his partner do that before.
There
but
it
either
is.
way, it's some crazy stuff if you ask me.
There it was.
Number 10.
Did you see it? It was, what do they call them there? You find them fucking dead on the ground all the time, on the roads. Possum. Watch.
Hey, it's some crazy stuff if
I'll
you
catch
ask
it
me.
and show everybody
Number
where it is.
10.
Ah, come on.
Craziest thing was that the feline's partner seemingly just looked unbothered.
It's right here, folks. Right there. Look in that bush. I'll back it up just a tad. Right there. There it is. Right here. And you can see it move. What the fuck did I just watch is absolutely correct.
He'd probably seen his partner do that before, but either way, it's some crazy stuff if you ask me.
So,
Number 10.
Let's hit that pause button.
Say again?
So when I first met my wife, when I first got with my wife, all right, I was living at her house. We couldn't have pets at her house. So I had a cat that we just called Mama. It was a black cat, so of course an ex-girlfriend named her Shadow. But we called her Mama. Well, when I left, right, and I came back, I'm like, hey, where's Mama? And they're like, oh, she jumped off of the porch and never came back. And I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, I know it. I know it was bullshit. I was told that my brother was so fucked up that when he opened up my futon, he didn't see the cat, and he killed my cat by having the futon on it. And the cat was there for a couple of fucking days. You know, the whole idea of heroin addicts.
Right.
So now me and my wife go over to my mother's house, and we're sitting on the futon. No lie. All of a sudden, Mama comes walking by, brushes up against my leg, and me and my wife are looking at it like, where the fuck did she come from? Mama walked right into the backpack and disappeared.
Wow. No, sir.
Yeah, she wanted to say goodbye to me again. She wanted her chance to say goodbye to me. This was a cat that I loved, slept with me every single night. I would have her wrapped around my shoulders. I would walk around with her like that. And if I took her out for a walk outside, I grabbed the backpack, put it on front, so the backpack was right here, and I would leave it open. So when a fire truck would come by, she would go right into the backpack and curl up and hide because she was scared of fire trucks.
Wow. When she passed and you seen her walk right back into that thing, and then obviously you checked and it wasn't
this is
there.
what makes me believe that it was the futon that killed her, because she came right out from underneath the futon.
Right. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, this is one of the fucking freakiest things ever.
I'm sorry, Uncle Blaze. I don't mean to cut you off. Hey, Jerry, come on, buddy. If you got a good Lizzie Borden story, call in. Like, let us hear that
Yeah,
shit.
but you got a good story, give us a buzz. We got to do it in the next 2 or 3 seconds if you're going to call the show, because this one right here is a good one, and we could discuss this one. So if you want to give the show a call, that number is 508-974-4231. I'd love to hear the Lizzie Borden story. For those of you that are listening and you're not from Fall River, Massachusetts, but you might have heard of Lizzie Borden. And I believe the gentleman that might call the show.
Talking about Lizzie Borden, House of Whores, the VHS porno.
Nope. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, we're definitely not talking about that. Look, we're just gonna move on, and if a person wants to give us a call and tell us about the story, more than welcome to. This one is gonna freak me out, man. Well, it's not gonna freak me out. This one's more like I don't think this one's like ghostly. This one's like fucking time machine type of shit, you know? Just watch this.
Human speed. You'll probably want to buckle up for this one because it's the type of thing you'll need to see to believe. In 2019, a mysterious video made the rounds that showed what appeared to be a superhuman or ghost figure saving a lady's life. The footage, which was from a local CCTV camera, showed the little unsupervised lady trying to cross the street on her own. Obviously, things like this will rarely end very well, and for a time, you kind of get the feeling that she's about to be hit. And then all of a sudden, a figure comes.
You see that? We catch this sucker starts from over here. This is nuts. Watch the fence over here, ladies and gentlemen, and you'll start to see, like, if you ever seen the movie Flash, like the way Flash runs and he has that, that glow that's behind him. So you watch the figure, it's going to come from here, this shadow area. Okay, it's gonna come from here, and it's just gonna go boom and grab the girl. So
About to be hit, and then all of a sudden,
yep. Come on, folks, get with the program. Watch them.
Nobody knows what the figure was or even how it managed to make the most unbelievable rescue you'll ever. Rounds that showed what appeared to be a superhuman or ghost figure saving.
Boom. See it?
Yeah, I would go with that if her fucking feet actually matched up.
Curious video made the rounds that showed what appeared to be a superhuman.
Watch from here, ladies and gentlemen. Watch from here.
Human or ghost figure.
Here it comes. Right through the fence, right here.
Save it.
My apologies. It's going to come right from here out of your screen.
Human or ghost figure.
There it is. See it? It's an apparition right there. And the only ghost that can touch people, Chris, right? Correct, is poltergeist. The poltergeist. Okay.
Something like that, I would more fall under a guardian angel.
Now, I'm trying to look around the surrounding areas, ladies and gentlemen, while I got to pause to see if there's anything out of the ordinary. And remember, here's the apparition. My mouse pointer is right on top of it. Okay. There it is right here. Okay. Still no lower body. I don't see any feet on her. Go ahead, Chris.
There were feet. There were feet. If you went back, like when the first
I understand that. But
it didn't look like her feet were even touching the ground.
Okay. You got to let me know when, buddy.
Rounds that showed what appeared to be a super.
Right here.
Yeah, when the first car stops, you'll see her feet in the headlights on the ground, and then I don't know. Just
you can't even see her legs that good either.
Yeah, but wait until the light is on them.
Okay, there she is. There's her legs right there. It looks like she's turning face in the car.
Human
Now she's walking.
Or
she's walking. I can see her feet. And here comes the apparition right there.
Ghost figure.
I definitely could see her feet. But this is what puzzles me is her body starts to go away. The cars, nothing's happening to the cars. You can see the headlights. They're not like fading away. And here it is right here.
Save it.
Boom. It grabs her. Now they're both right here. And but none of them are visible. Right, Chris? Ladies and gentlemen, they're not visible now.
Well, then again, why is the tail light out? I mean, not the tail light, the headlight.
Well, because this is what makes it even more puzzling is if it is CGI, it's a good job because she's supposed to be a solid figure. The thing that's grabbing her is the ghostly thing or a time traveler with speed or something to that effect. So yeah, I can see that blocking the headlight.
All right. So, yeah, that was blocking the headlight, but shouldn't it also be blocking the light on the ground?
Well,
hey, I'm not saying, like it could be somebody. It's just I gotta raise questions.
Oh, I'm not
Curious video
disagreeing
made
with
the
you,
rounds
but
that
that's
showed
why
what
we're
appeared to be
backing
a
it up to take a look
superhuman
at
or
it.
ghost figure.
Okay.
I don't like the foot placement in the street.
David.
And if you look at the ground, there's nothing that is distorting the car headlight from on the ground. It's blocking it right there. But on the ground, I would assume that it would be distorted.
Well,
from
I disagree in the sense again, camera angle and the camera is up high. So yeah, it's gonna block the headlight to the car because it's up high. But technically, the headlight is shooting straight on the ground, so you're still gonna get the light there.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
No, I get you, but the light is there.
Yeah, well, like I said, my opinion, it's the camera angle. I mean, come
just
on, ladies
impresses
and
me.
gentlemen, send a comment. What do you think here? What is this for real?
It impresses me that their shadows, their bodies are good enough to block out a headlight, but ain't good enough to block out the light coming from the headlight on the ground.
Right. And I'm disagreeing with you in the fact of the angle of the camera. Okay. We're looking from the camera angle. So the camera is up top going down. So when the shadows go in front of that headlight, good evening, I should say, and welcome to Is This Real with Blaizeman on the FFN network. How can we help you today?
Hey, what's happening, Blaze?
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
Good. So it's raining out, man. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, it is. It's raining out right now. Yeah. So, you have anything to go on this little video here that was
Yeah.
showing? It's pretty crazy, right?
What's that?
The video that we're watching right now. Have you watched it?
Yeah. So what? Yeah, I did.
Oh,
And
okay.
what I'm talking about is probably not related to the video, but similar, I guess. I worked in the cemetery where Lizzie Borden's buried.
And that's Oak Grove Cemetery, correct?
Oak Grove Cemetery, Fall River, Mass. What most people don't know, I don't know if most people don't know, but when they buried the mom and the stepmom, as Lizzie would call her, and the father, they buried them without the heads. I don't know if most people know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did they bury him without the heads?
Because they did the autopsy and they sent the heads to Boston to see the amount of times they were hit in the head with the axe.
Okay. All right. So us
All right.
friends.
So that's
Yep.
Yeah. So when they did that, and you can go back and research this. Obviously, I'm telling everyone that's listening, your host, yourself, go back and Google the Lizzie Borden stories and the when someone dies, they do that autopsy. So what they did was they cut the heads off, they sent them to Boston, did an autopsy on the brains, then they sent them back. When they sent those when they sent the skulls back, they didn't tell anyone where they buried them. Reason being was they were worried about people going and undigging the skulls of the stepmother and the mother.
Right.
Okay. So that's that. So that's kind of a little backstory. There's more to it. I wish I could spend some more time talking with you about it because I did a lot of research and I did a tour with the Historic Society with Lizzie Borden's grave. And so anyway, let's just jump right to it. I'm plowing in the cemetery, I'm going to say 5 years ago. And we got a break in the storm. It was a snowstorm. When I say I'm plowing snow, obviously. So when people come visit their families the next day, 2 days later, they can obviously drive to the cemetery. We did plowing and we had a break within the storm. So we took a break. And I said to my partner, I'm like, hey, let's take a ride by Lizzie Borden's grave. It's 2, 3 in the morning. I want to do a video. I want to post it on my Snapchat. And I have Snapchat, but it's only family. But I want to do this 2, 3 in the morning. So I'm going to go over to Lizzie Borden's grave. So my partner drives over there. I get out and I'm, walking through the snow. I'm going to say it's about above ankle height. And I go over to Lizzie Borden's grave and I'm videoing on my phone. And I says, hey, Lizzie, it's just me. I just want to video and show my family your grave. And, it's 2, 3 in the morning. It's in a cemetery. It's kind of scary or whatever it is. But anyway, my phone actually flashed, a big flash, and went dead as I'm videoing. Wow. And I was like, whoa. And I got, it's crazy, right? So I'm videoing, I'm talking about Lizzie Borden because I know a lot about Lizzie Borden. I did a lot of research, did a lot of reading books, a lot of listening to podcasts and stuff like that. But anyway, my phone gave me a big flash and went dead.
Really?
What was that? What'd you say?
I said, really? That's freaky.
He sucked all the energy out.
That's what they say that happens. Absolutely. That's what they say that happens when, especially an apparition or a poltergeist that's trying to, come alive in front of you. It feeds off of the energy, and that's probably why his phone died. Because it's taking the energy. Go ahead, sir.
So I went over because when I used to cut her grass where she's got a family plot. It's a big family plot. Yes. I used to cut the grass, weed whack, and then people would leave flowers. People would leave coins because they say the father was cheap. He was very frugal. But what people don't know is they say Lizzie Borden was a thief. She'd go to the stores on South Main Street and rob things. She never robbed anything. Right. Okay, so if you go deep into the story, she never robbed anything. Back then, parents that were well off would let their children go in and get things at the store and leave. And what happened was they would bill the parents. So they weren't stealing. They would bill them for whatever they took. Right. So people think that she was a thief. She was a klepto. She was this, that, and the other thing. She wasn't. They would actually, Mr. Borden would pay whatever she took from Leclerc's or whatever store she used to frequent a lot. She wasn't stealing anything. They knew what she took, and they'd bill him, and he would pay it. He wasn't frugal because he paid Lizzie and her sister to go to England, to go to New York. He paid for all their trips. Right. Yes, they weren't happy. They didn't have the house on the hill. They didn't have the house in the Highlands. They didn't do that. He lived frugal on 2nd Street where the murders took place, and it's not, it's not the Highlands. It's kind of blue collar stuff. So yes, they were unhappy, but they got to take these trips to England, to New York, to all these places, which he paid for. He paid everything for them. So that's a misconception when they say he was frugal and this, that, and the other thing. He wasn't. He paid for a lot of things. If you go back and you read, you watch, you can go on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever it is, and get Lizzie Borden's podcast, and you'll hear all these stories and all these things that are true. Right. So she wasn't a thief. You know, the father would pay for anything. He wasn't frugal because he paid for her to go to England, the sister to go to England and New York and all these places. He paid for that. They were unhappy that he bought the stepmom's daughters a house, and they wanted the house in the Highlands, and they never got that. But that's why he was frugal, because he was saving his money so that they could do these elaborate things and go out on these trips. Anyway, getting back to the cemetery, I went and videoed that, and it went dead. And my phone wouldn't come back on after that.
Right.
It wouldn't come back on.
There's a
like
picture of is a picture of Lizzie Borden's house now. Okay, that's on
which is a bed and breakfast.
Yes, it's
still a bed and breakfast. Yeah, he's absolutely right.
Go ahead, Jerry.
So I did the video, and it was really creepy to me because I went over there just innocently, and I'm like, hey, I'm talking to my family. I'm out there 2-3 in the morning plowing. It's here's Lizzie Borden's grave. Lizzie, I'm here to just show family your grave, your family plot. My phone went dead. It went dead. I kind of freaked out, so I kind of trotted back to the truck through the snow. I'm like, yo, let's get out of here. You know what I mean? Let's
absolutely.
move on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I was kind of freaked out by that. I could not get my phone to come back on. I couldn't get my phone to come back on. So a little while later, the phone came back on. I said, well, let me go back to the video I took so I could share it. The video wasn't there. And it's a God's honest truth. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's not nothing. If you don't want to believe me, that's fine. I'm good with that. But it happened to me, and I'm telling you the God's honest truth.
Well, let me put a little bit of insight on that, Jerry. Let me put a little bit of insight on that. So
he wants to put a little insight on it, buddy.
As far
I'm
as
having trouble hearing him. So okay, go ahead.
As everybody knows, Jerry is on the ball. He is. Andrew and Abby Borden were laid to rest in Oak Grove Cemetery in Fall River, Massachusetts, as they're saying. Their graves are located in plot. Do you remember the thing? So I could just say, so you can prove it. Like, not saying that you can't prove it, but do you remember the plot number?
I don't remember the plot number, but I can tell you where they're buried. I could show you.
174.
Okay,
wow, okay. That's something I didn't know. That's cool.
That was only 174 people in that cemetery.
Well, no, those Oak Grove Cemetery is 2.5 square miles big. It's a big cemetery.
So
that helps you out.
Remember, that was 1892.
Yeah, I'm saying at the time,
Yeah,
they were the 120 something persons to be buried there. Yeah, because that's what the plot goes by.
Let me tell you this, and it's great you guys are doing this. This is great because you guys are spot on. As your guest says, but your co-host says, let me tell you this. In that time when they created Oak Grove Cemetery, anybody from Fall River, Massachusetts, or anybody that's visited Oak Grove Cemetery, at the time, Oak Grove Cemetery was the center of Fall River. That was the center. They were in the middle of Fall River. As Fall River grown, Freetown, it doesn't seem that way now. Like, this ain't the center of Fall River. You got downtown, you got this, that, you got the other thing. It's not the center of Fall River. But at the time when Oak Grove in the 1800s, that was the center of Fall River.
That was the case with most places because the cemetery was usually off on the side of the church. And back then,
yes,
the churches were the center of town where everybody could get to.
Absolutely. So every city in town has to have a city cemetery, right? So you have Catholic cemeteries, you have the Jewish cemeteries, you have different denomination cemeteries, right? Oak Grove Cemetery is a city cemetery. No matter what your religious beliefs are, you can be buried here. And by law, every city in town has to have a cemetery like that, where it's cheaper than your denomination cemetery, the diocese cemeteries or the Jewish cemeteries or this cemetery. The city has to have one because you just couldn't bury people. I know people like to say, yeah, we bury people in our backyard. That's not the case. What they did do was, before funeral parlors, they would have the funeral in your living room. So your living room would be the funeral parlor. That's why they call a funeral parlor, or you call it living room or whatever.
Right.
That's why, and that's the reason being, is because you would have back in those days, in the 1800s, you would have the funeral at your house. The body would be in a casket and it'd be in your living room.
Right.
Or your parlor, or whatever you call it.
Right. Thus the name funeral parlor. That's pretty cool, Jerry. So, that's pretty cool.
So that's and another thing is, I don't know if you guys realize third shift. What do they call it?
Oh, the graveyard shift.
Why do they call it the graveyard shift?
I don't know. To be honest with you, what do you got?
How about your guest?
Why did
Your co-host.
Chris? Why do they call it the graveyard shift? Any idea?
Because it's
Third
witching
shift.
hour.
Why do they call it the graveyard shift?
He said because it's the
would say
witching
'cause
hour.
It's the witching hour.
No, so this is the deal, right? And I learned this by working in cemeteries before I worked in the Oak Grove Cemetery. I worked in the diocese. I did that for a long time, burying people, working in the cemetery. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but the reason why they call the third shift the graveyard shift, years ago when they buried
I remember now.
they would tie a string to your finger.
Yes.
And in the center of your plot was a bell.
Yep.
Because they didn't have the technology that they have today.
Right.
To
They didn't
pronounce you
embalm.
dead. They didn't have that.
Yeah, they didn't embalm you. You know?
Right. So what happened was when they buried you, they would tie a string to your finger, which led to a bell in the center of that plot. Now, in that plot, you could have had 30, 40 people buried. Okay. And they would have one guy or two guys that would be there overnight. If that bell rang, that means you were alive. So they had to go and undig you.
Right.
They would be digging by shovel to undig you and open up the casket because you weren't really dead. That is the graveyard shift. That is your third shift, and that's why they call it a graveyard shift.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep,
so
that's why.
we were kind of both right there, Jared. You're right. And I was kind of right because I said it was the witching hour. The term graveyard shift
that makes
sometimes called the graveyard watch, especially in I'm gonna have a hard time if you know this word. Correct me. Maritime, MARI time.
Yeah, maritime. Yep.
Settings.
Yep.
Originates from America in the late 1800s. It's referred to early hours of the morning when all is quiet to the extent that it seems eerily or ghostly like a graveyard.
Yeah, and you're right. And that's why, well, kind of, but the thing is this, and we can go back and forth with it, but I agree with them. So that's where the graveyard shift, when they say third shift, it's a graveyard shift. That's because at night, they would have two guys working there, and if the bell went off, they would, like I said, they would kind of dig you out because you weren't dead, because they didn't have the technology like they have today to pronounce you dead. So there's a lot to go back. It's very interesting. I love this show. I love where you guys are going with this. This is very interesting. I'm going to continue to listen, but that's my story about Lizzie Borden. And when it comes to Lizzie Borden, I'm not going to say I know everything, but I did a lot of research, a lot of work, a lot of things. And believe it or not, there are a lot more famous people buried at Oak Grove Cemetery than Lizzie Borden. Do you know Eisenhower's right-hand man, the guy that used to write his speeches, came from Fall River and is buried in Fall River? And Eisenhower came to Fall River. There's pictures of him being here to his funeral because he was born and raised in Fall River, went into the Navy, was shipped out to Washington, met a female, got married out there, and when he died, he was buried in Fall River at Oak Grove Cemetery, the home where he was born and raised in Fall River. And they buried him here, and Eisenhower and all those people were here. There were so many more famous people, professional athletes, schools, Morton School. You got the mills. There's a mill owner that has his grave looking at his mills, and his grave is actually like a mill. It's like a mill.
So the guy who created that graveyard as well. Reading it, I just read that as
from
well.
New York.
Give me.
He designed it. He was from New York. He designed.
Go ahead, Jerry.
No, I'm sorry. I talked over him. I wanted him to finish.
No, you go ahead, Jerry. Let me get back to this because I've been reading it. Like you're saying, famous people, the first mayor of Fall River.
Buried there. Yep.
Bridges Borden, which was probably probably related to a Borden.
There's a back then Borden's was a big name in Florida.
Yeah,
so they were
the
different.
Eisenhower thing is very intriguing.
So so this is mill owner. He owned all the mills in the Flint section, right? And if you go to Oak Grove Cemetery and you visit his grave, his stone looks like one of the mills in a smaller aspect of it, but it looks like the mills. Now,
You're
if
right.
you turn
I've
around
seen
and
it.
look,
Yep.
if you turn around and look, you can see all his mills. He wanted to be buried there so he can oversee his mills.
Exactly.
The mills that people follow. So there's a lot, and I'm going to tell you this.
A lot of history.
People are going to think I'm fucking around, but his name was Richard Borden.
What?
And the only reason why I say people think I'm going to be fucking around, I'm looking right at it right now, and it's because it's another Borden. Oak Grove is the final resting place of many of its persons, including permanent mills owner and merchant. Is also contained a city Civil War monument donated by Richard Borden.
Yeah, and that's in North. What you're talking about is not at Oak Grove. That's in the North Burial, which is older than Oak Grove Cemetery. North Burial Ground down near down the north end of Fall River is called the North Burial Ground. That is older than Oak Grove Cemetery, and a lot of people from oh my God, I could take you guys on a history lesson. It's kind of too late. I wish I was. I
It's
can get
all
into
right.
this
It's
with you
all
guys.
good.
This would be
Listen,
great. I got so much. This is kind of like off the cuff. I'm listening.
Is
I'm like,
this
I
for
gotta
real?
call, but
Is this for real? We'll be on next week. You know what I mean? We could continue.
oh, absolutely.
You know,
I'll do my homework and we'll come on and we'll talk about it.
I appreciate the phone call, buddy. Very informative,
Absolutely,
man.
man.
Very, very
Thank you,
informative.
thank you. Have a good night.
Take care.
You too, Jack.
Man. Woo, that freaked me out. Very informative. I mean, you hear a lot of weird stuff, you know, about, the Lizzie Borden house and all that stuff like that. And they moved it, from what I understand.
Yes, they did. They did move it.
Yeah, they did. They moved it. And some of the pictures that I've been showing up here is especially these. This is the skulls right here. Let me put that up for everybody to see. Here's the skulls. Lizzie Borden, I'm assuming this was the father. She smashed them up pretty good. What's the song go? Lizzie Borden got an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks. No, gave her father 40 whacks. When she saw what she'd done, no. Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks. Then she saw what she'd done, gave her father 41.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's the skulls right there, ladies and gentlemen. And here's some of her. Here's a bedroom. This is a bed and breakfast now, So I should call them in the morning and tell them they owe me an ad feed for putting their business up online. But
okay,
yeah,
can I say this?
Go ahead.
This is Jerry. If you're still speaking.
No, he's not. He's off the line.
If you're still listening. Louis McHenry Louis, parentheses, was his nickname, Howie. 1871 to 1936, political strategist who masterminded Franklin D. Roosevelt's 1932 presidential election. He was only close friends, both FDR and Eleanor Roosevelt shared in common.
Yeah.
So that was the gentleman that Jerry was just saying that did the stuff for Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, man. Is this shit for real or what? What I want to do is I want to move on, ladies and gentlemen, to our last segment before we call it an evening. Here is This For Real with Blaizeman and our guest tonight, Christopher J. Botello. I'd like to thank him for being here with us and having some fun. You know, it's always a pleasure. So let's. This is one of my favorite things, man. You know, and technology is technology. I mean, everyone and anyone has a cell phone with a camera these days. You know what I mean? And so I'm very intrigued when people take good photos and then, and I watch this shit on some shows and I'm like literally screaming at the guy that's like debunking it. And he's like, wow, this and that. And I'm like, dude, like, what are you blind? You know what I mean? So let's take a look at a few of these and let's see if it's Bigfoot or not. We don't have to take a lot of time on each one, Chris, because there's 15 of them, but the ones that are the best, we'll jump in and we'll talk about, Bill.
Sounds good.
All right. So let's see. I believe this one is number 15.
Number 15, Independence Day sighting. This footage was apparently filmed on Independence Day. It shows a Bigfoot walking into frame, looking at the camera, and then
Get at. Just from that, what's your thoughts, Chris?
Well, I can honestly say this. All credit due to this particular YouTuber. I actually do follow him, Mr. Chills. As soon as you hear his voice, you know exactly who he is. I'm iffy with the Bigfoot because do I believe that it could be another thing out there? Hell yeah.
Look, this is incredibly a good shot, and this is number 15, meaning like this is the not the best of out of the 15, and you can clearly see that this is like an ape type shape person or Bigfoot or gorilla. Look at the face.
You can definitely see that it's what they want you to see.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, chime in or give us a buz, man.
So,
anything you see here.
go to a lot of
508-97. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm trying to give out the number. 508-974-4231. Again, give us a call at 508-974-4231. We'd like to thank Jerry from the Neutral Corner that gave us a call. What an interesting story he told us about Lizzie Borden. But again, here's Mr. Bigfoot. Let's back this
picking up a baby before running off.
All right, picking up a baby. All right, let's see if we can't catch that. So it must be a mother Bigfoot or something,
Or it could be
right?
the father that known to be just as protective.
Well, I mean, how much do we really know about a Bigfoot? A gorilla, I would
Not
agree.
really, but I have watched stuff from forest rangers.
Yeah,
that they legit know of this stuff, but they're not allowed to talk about it. But then they're talking about it, kind of thing.
Right.
But it's like the national forest, and like reason why areas are banned is supposedly because it is a reserve for Bigfoot.
Oh, wow, cool. Let's finish this up here.
Supposedly.
See if we can't grab the baby that's being picked up.
Frame, looking at the camera, and then
That's incredible. All right, you saying picking up a baby?
Up a baby before running off into the distance.
I don't see no baby. Does anybody see a baby? We back up to 10
just let it play
seconds.
naturally for a minute.
All right, let's just run it right through because he says picking up a baby from this area on. So it starts out here, you're going to be in frame here, then it walks, and I don't see it pick up anything. So here we go.
The frame, looking at the camera, and then picking up a baby before running off into the distance.
Now it's got the baby. Look at that. Come on.
That looks like a costume.
You think so?
Yeah. To me, it looks like a costume.
Come
Or
on,
it
ladies and
looks
gentlemen,
like a
chime in.
general ape.
You're saying this looks like a costume. I got to tell you, Chris, this is a pretty damn good fucking job.
Well, look at the ground there. Like that rock can't be more than like 3, 4 feet high. And, you know, Bigfoot are called Bigfoot because they're supposed to be like 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot tall.
Well, again, Chris, I mean, I don't want to go back and forth here, but camera angles and shit mean a lot. I mean, I could, for all we know, listen, for all we know, this camera could be laying on the ground, and that's fucking grass that we're seeing, okay? And these are actually like throwing rocks, okay? Those are fucking, the trees are like, you know, little like twigs type of deals, and somebody's putting a Bigfoot back there. I mean, you can do that. You know, you can do that, Chris. I mean, the camera manipulates a lot.
Oh yeah.
But once
totally.
it gets past the rock, then you'll be able to make that call.
I'm looking at the tree.
Right, boom.
See, I'm looking at that tree. That looks like it could be like 5 feet. The legs aren't that long. I understand what you're saying. It could be camera trickery, but
The
if that
Bigfoot
ain't a
seems to be
man in a
nervously looking at the
costume, that
person
more
holding
looks
the
like a
camera,
gorilla.
therefore saving its baby and running away.
Get this. This is incredible footage, ladies and gentlemen. Would you agree?
Movement can also be seen from the baby as it hugs and pushes away from the adult. Some people have pointed out that they could see facial movement
I don't know, man. This don't look like a
from the adult
costume to
Bigfoot
me.
as well. Others say that CGI has been used in the video.
See, others say that CGI has been used in the video.
But this is one of the few videos deemed real by the people who have made in-depth analysis videos on the footage.
So it has been looked at by professionals, and they say it is for real. It's not doctored.
Number 14. Bigfoot GoPro sighting by dog. In this video, a man had strapped a GoPro camera to his dog, which then allegedly filmed a sighting of Bigfoot in the woods. The video simply shows the dog walk.
There it is. See it?
See, now that looks like a Bigfoot. Look how tall it is.
Oh, Christopher, how can you get the height of how tall it is now?
I'm thinking about how far back you are.
Exactly.
Like to be closer.
Exactly.
You know, like to me, that's what I'm thinking of. Like I say, like, you know, you give, like, I understand the whole thing. Like, if you give me an atlas, you're telling me I have to figure out how many miles is from Fall River to Worcester. You know, I actually know how to do that. So it's, to me, distance and reading. That I'm sorry, but that, I'm not saying it's real either. But that to me already looks more because of how tall it is.
Right.
Through the grassy woods when a figure suddenly runs by.
There it is, running by right there. But my thing is that dog's looking straight ahead right now, right? You think that dog's reaction is going to be after seeing that?
Either gonna go at him or be scared and back the fuck up.
Look, it's fucking right there.
That dog can smell that nasty ass.
It's right there. That dog is going to give her some kind of reaction, no?
If it was my dog, it would.
Right. All dogs would. I don't care how fucking trained they are. All
I'm
dogs
not saying
would.
my dog's trained. I'm just saying if it was my dog.
No. I'm saying, and I'm agreeing with you.
Train a dog not to do that. That's like A dog would either have two options for that.
Yeah, run or go after it.
Fight like.
The creature stands up on two legs like a human would, but also appears hairy and ape-like.
I mean, they don't seem to want to harm anybody. I mean, because if they were hostile, I mean, what the fuck is a dog? You know? And
There's only one story I ever heard of Bigfoot trying to harm anybody. And that's actually the story of when the hikers went up the mountain with the snow.
well, we might
and
see that,
all
Chris. So
disappeared.
don't give it away. We might see that.
Oh, is that going to be on it?
It might be. Let's finish this.
Number 13, albino Bigfoot. A homeowner captured this footage after they heard a disturbance in the backyard of their wooded property. This homeowner and others in this town had previously heard strange noises and disturbances for the last 2 weeks or so prior to this being captured on film. The town was confirmed as Carbondale, Pennsylvania. In the video, someone seems to be running around in a wooded area in a stressed manner.
Okay, all right. Let's see if I can't nail this one. Boom. I can get it clearer. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. There it is. All right. That's a fucking beautiful shot right there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, I'm gonna leave this one to you, Chris. Costume?
I'm just saying if it was the eyes, but I don't know. Like,
Chris, why are none of these things hostile to anybody?
believe it or not, most of the animal kingdom aren't hostile toward us. Most of the animal kingdom, they're not
This
really
one's Jack Hanna over
aggressive
here.
unless they need to eat.
I agree. But that right there, if I was to see that, that would be my reaction.
Oh, if I saw that, I'm whipping out my thingamajig and I'm pissing in its direction. Because at that point, that's all I'm going to be able to do. I ain't fighting that fucking thing.
No.
I'm hoping that if I piss on him, he'll go far and run the other way. This dude's nasty.
Let's watch some more. Look at this thing.
Then, when he hears a loud noise near him, he captures on the camera what appears to be an albino Bigfoot. The audio cuts off and the clip ends abruptly soon.
Look at this thing, man. Come on, Chris. There's no suit here. Look at this. It's fucking, look at this. It's all, like a beard area, whatever.
Yeah,
and I don't know why are they calling it Bayan, but why are they calling it
albino?
Albino because of the eyes?
No, because
I mean, let's just call it a fucking white Bigfoot.
Well, albino.
Why is it got to be albino? Like I said, because of the eyes. Because most people that are albino, their eyes are like black. Right?
Well, no, they're pink. They're reddish pink because only thing that makes you albino is that you got no pigment. There's no color to your skin, to your hair, to your eyes.
Nah. All right, let's finish up here.
Soon after.
I just don't understand why this thing's not ripping this guy's fucking arm off or something. Somebody give us a call, 508-974-4231. Even if you called in before, call in again. This is, I don't know, it's just trippy to me, Chris, and I don't think it's a costume.
Hey, I'll go. I'm not feeling too good right now.
Okay, you want to bounce?
Pretty much.
All right, I love you.
I'm sorry.
All right, call me later. I appreciate you. The audience appreciate you. Give me a call back.
All right. Hey, love yous. Be safe, and whatever you do, don't come to fucking Niagara Falls if you have children. Take it easy.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have you on the show to explain that one. All right, take care. All right, Chris had to go. Not feeling too well. He was just a guest. Gave me a call. Started talking about something, and it was interesting. So, anyways, look, this is. So now it's just me, ladies
Number
and gentlemen.
12.
So you can give me some comments in here so we can have a conversation. This one is number 12. This stuff intrigues the living crap out of me, man. I'm telling you.
Sasquatch spotted in the mountains. When a couple were hiking on a logging.
All right, see it, ladies and gentlemen, because sometimes it's hard to put, especially if you're looking at your phone. Excuse me. It's right here. It's right there.
Road above one of the lakes in Mission, BC. They took photos of the beautiful views and suddenly spotted something moving on the top of a hill.
Let's just observe on what it's doing. Let's just back it up a tad. And let's just observe the whole thing.
Something moving on the top of a hill.
Is that a young child one with it? See my cursor? Let's try and watch that area right there when the so-called Bigfoot here moves around. Let me get back here a couple of seconds. Right now, here we're looking at that. Let's go. All right. Again, I don't know if this is small, but let watch the movement. Let me get it a little back here. There we go. Let's watch the movement. Okay, I think that's a little one.
They were able to zoom in to capture the footage of a hairy ape-like creature. The creature can be seen walking around on the hill and at some point swing around its
Does everybody agree with me that from this one should be like number 15 and the other two should have been ahead of it?
arms? So was it a Sasquatch, a man, or something else?
Number 11, Provo Canyon Bigfoot Encounter. When the YouTuber going by the name of Beard Card went camping with his friends in Provo Canyon, they allegedly saw Bigfoot.
Right here, ladies and gentlemen, right here, and you'll see it move. Okay. Exactly. I am freaking out of there with you.
According to the description of the video, they had seen some deer up on a hill that they wanted to get a closer look at, but that's when they saw what they thought was a bear until it stood up. In the clip, they run straight to the car, leaving their tent and everything behind. When talking to local station Fox 13 News, they said that they had no idea what the creature was.
Along with that, people are like, well, maybe there's just some guy in a gorilla suit out there scaring people. And we're like, up there right now, I guess it's deer hunting season, so there's tons of hunters everywhere up there. And so
well, hunters are supposed to wear a vest, ladies and gentlemen, so you can identify them so, they don't go shooting one another. So
we highly doubt that there's anyone up there hiding in a gorilla suit with all these hunters all over the place. So.
None of them really believed in Bigfoot, but they still ruled out the possibility of the creature being a bear.
No.
So now I got to ask this question before we look at number 10, right? So you're out there and you're hunting and you see Bigfoot. Okay, just drop it right in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Jeepers. Would you shoot at it?
What you talking about, Will?
Would you shoot at it?
What you talking about, Will?
You heard what I said. Would you shoot at it, ladies and gentlemen?
What you talking about, Will?
All right. Let's look at number 10. I'll give her a few seconds for a response because sometimes there's like a 2 or 3 second delay before the audience hears me, All right, here we go. Number 10.
Number 10, skunk ape or Bigfoot from Lettuce Lake Park, Florida.
It's right there, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Right where my cursor is It is right there.
In this footage, a man by the name of Matt caught what he thought was a skunk ape, also known as a swamp ape or Florida Bigfoot. He was canoeing around Lettuce Lake Park when he saw what he initially thought was a bear. However, the length of its arms and its gait and the large size of the creature has led people to speculate on whether or not this creature could possibly be a bear. Also, the fact that the creature walks through the swamp in ease has made people think that the video in fact shows a skunk ape.
Now they're called skunk apes.
He told the park ranger about it, but she said that bears don't generally get into the swamp, and that sightings rarely happen. She had no idea what the creature was. Matt never put much faith in the old skunk ape legends, but by closely examining the footage, he has no explanations for what the footage actually shows. According to Matt and the YouTube channel Bigfoot Evidence, if it's a person, they're either a moron or completely insane by walking, swimming and diving in an area where there are hundreds of 12-foot gators and water moccasins everywhere. Matt said he observed the creature for a while, and when it seemed to notice him, it went underwater and vanished. He even paddled up there and it was nowhere to be seen.
Number 9, the Prince Edward Island quadrupedal clip.
That one's crazy. What the fuck? Oh, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. What the? Oh, come on. Come on. Where's he see it from? He comes running from here, right? Because there he is. Right? And then the Bigfoot comes from over here. So maybe he was over here taking a whiz. He looks, he sees the Bigfoot. All speculation. But again, ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand. Okay. I mean, I don't want it to happen. Don't get me wrong. I swear to you. But why are these things not like chasing these people, or I don't know. They just seem like okay, you can see me, and they're walking like maybe in their head they'd be like, okay, I think I'm invisible or something. I know that was stupid, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. Why they, I'm happy if they are, like oblivious. They don't really give a shit less, but okay, hold on. I just seen something that I didn't care for. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay with me as I explain this, okay? I don't know if it's something with the camera and lighting or whatever. Okay, so this right here where my cursor is, and I got to keep touching it because I have my stuff set so you guys don't see it. See how it goes away? For you guys, it's gone. For me, it's still here. It's the way I have it set up until I hit the button. Okay. Now, here's what my thing is. I'm going back here. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And I got to keep pausing because I'm looking for something as well before I explain it. There it was up there. Let's go back to. Come on, man. Right here. To me. Sorry, I got an itch. To me. To me. See this dot up here? See that dot that's up there, ladies and gentlemen? Watch. And then watch this tree over here. Once you see the guy start coming out, because the guy's feet are right there. Watch the. Try to explain it to you. I'm telling you, I'm seeing it. See it? Oh boy, it's right here now. I don't know if it's light from the camera.
Yep.
It could be a fly. It could be what do you call it there? Those wishing things. And he's running. See it right here, this smudge? I'm going to back it up. The smudge goes to this tree, then flies over this way. Again, I don't know if it's because of lighting, camera, or whatever, but I want you to watch this tree. It goes to this tree, and then it comes back across. I'm trying to pause it as much as I can so I can catch it before it gets to the tree. Because the reason why I'm bringing it up, ladies and gentlemen, is because as soon as it goes over to the tree over here, okay, is where the Bigfoot manifests. So see it? Oh man, I gotta catch it before it goes to the tree. There he is right there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, watch. See it? Oh, I gotta catch it before it falls. Please let me know if you're seeing this. Just say yes. Say something. There's a bunch of you watching. Watch up around this area. You'll see like a smudge, and it goes to this tree. Here he comes. He's running. See it? Right here. It's right there. I know it looks like a tree branch, but it's not. Watch. You're going to see it move. Right about now, it's going to go there. Watch this entire area up here. And then watch this down here. See it? I know you've seen it. I know you did. It's going to be coming. And he said, there it is. See, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, man. I know I'm making you nuts, right? Please don't be nuts. I'm telling you, I'm not fucking crazy. I know what I'm watching right here. It's going to be coming. Boom. See, now it's down here. Now it's going to come up over here. Watch. See? See? There it is. I know y'all just seen it because I seen it out of my peripheral vision on my other screen drop down. And there it is. Right here. Went from there to there. Again, don't know if it's anything on the lens or whatever, but okay. Now, Bigfoot appears. See him? And there's the apparition, I guess. Right there. See it?
What the?
And there it is. A big.
Holy shit! Did you see that?
No, watch it be gone, because Bigfoot.
In 2005, a student named Nathan Wiley and some friends were in the forest on Prince Edward Island filming a video for school. Wiley needed a clip in which a person was seen running from the woods. According to the filmmaker, as the boy in the clip was moving from the trees, a huge ape-like creature emerged from the opposite side of the forest. The creature can be seen running across the screen at high speed. The person in the video is not actually running from Bigfoot, but rather filming a scene. The fact that it was filmed for a student project has sparked controversy surrounding the video. According to Sasquatch experts, a Sasquatch will start running on all fours for speed when it gets startled. It is presumed that the Sasquatch started running when it was startled by the human activity of the kid running.
Number 8.
Okay, again, ladies and gentlemen, 15 and 14 still the best, in my opinion.
Bigfoot sighting on Michigan Live Eagle Cam. An Eagle Cam set up to monitor an eagle family's progress by the state's Department of Natural Resources and outdoor website Carbon TV allegedly caught a Bigfoot walking on 2 legs, going around trees and bushes on the forest floor beneath the eagle nests. In the clip, baby eaglets peep in the nest when the creature suddenly pops up. The camera was mounted to a tree near the Platte River State Fish Hatchery, about 30 miles west of Traverse City, placed there to highlight a bald eagle nest. Many people have come forward to say the clip is intriguing, but ultimately inconclusive. It is open to interpretation whether the creature is Bigfoot, a person in a costume, or something else.
All right, okay. Why would a person be in a goddamn costume? What the hell? Sorry. Why would a person be in a costume in the woods by themselves? I don't know. Unless they were filming something. I don't know.
Entirely. Given the lack of scale and detail in the image of the figure, it remains to be just an interesting video if you ask experts.
Number 7. Bigfoot hunted by helicopter. On February 17th, 2011, a video was posted to YouTube with the title, Bigfoot hunted by helicopter. It was filmed at an unknown location. The description of the original video stated that a woman and her husband took their kids target shooting while a helicopter over their heads were annoying them the entire time. They thought at first that they were curious of why and what they were shooting, but when they later watched the footage, they noticed something looking like a Bigfoot running in the trees.
Whoa, whoa, that was a big kick.
You see it, ladies and gentlemen? Right there.
That was a big kick.
See it, ladies and gentlemen? Running across. Let's see here. Let's go to 18. And watch up here, ladies and gentlemen, right around here.
Whoa.
There it goes,
that was
running.
A big kick. You okay, bro?
Clearly running like an adult.
You okay?
According to them, the people in the helicopter could have been hunting Bigfoot. The clip shows a boy who is being taught how to shoot a gun. The kid starts out by firing a .22 caliber rifle twice, and then switches to the more powerful shotgun. Immediately following the explosion of the shotgun, a black figure can be seen running across the background.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen, right there.
In the last few frames of the clip, the creature can be viewed switching from a 2-foot stance to all fours. A helicopter can also be heard throughout the video, and when the creature is seen, the sound of the helicopter gets louder. The creature only moves after the explosion of the high-powered gun, which has made people think that it only moved because it was startled by the loud sound. According to others, this could have also been a cue for the person acting as Bigfoot to start running.
Number 6. Utah
Oh
Bigfoot
my
family.
God.
The Utah Sasquatch family videos were posted to YouTube by username Johnny, under the title Bigfoot Family Sighting in Utah on January 3rd, 2011. Johnny took his kids and
Right there, ladies and gentlemen. I seen it. It's right there. Right there.
their friends hiking and sledding high up in the Utah mountains. A few weeks later, when he was watching the video clips, he spotted 3 different cases with unexplained creatures that appeared to be a family of Sasquatch. In the first clip, a Bigfoot is seen walking away into the trees.
Look out, Nice.
The second clip shows a different Bigfoot watching them and then disappearing.
Go ahead, somebody. Nice.
The third clip appears to be another Bigfoot struggling to get away.
Good. You all right? That was a nice little wipeout.
In Johnny's original description, he makes the implication that the figure of the third clip may be injured. However, the movement is consistent with other Bigfoot videos. When a large, not juvenile Sasquatch is threatened and scared, as might have been the case for this creature after being caught out in the open, they run on all fours. It appears to be moving very fast with its limbs swaying back and forth. It has also been pointed out that since the footage was posted in 3 separate videos, it might be a hoax.
Number 5. Bigfoot running down a hillside. This footage allegedly shows a Bigfoot running down a hillside in California. The origin of the video is unknown, so the circumstances can only be speculated about. The apparent Sasquatch is orange in color and appears to be running to something or away from something, and grabs a sapling midway through. The limbering movements without using the long arms for much movement have been pointed out as obvious signs of a hoax, while the size of the creature can lead to other conclusions.
I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think, right? This is number 5. This stuff is like kind of insane. Let's listen more.
Number 4. Beast of Gum Hill. On April 5th, 2009, the YouTuber going by the name Ericus Maximus spotted what he refers to as the Beast of Gum Hill while ATV riding. Before the sighting, he made many ATV driving videos on his YouTube channel, and it seemed to be a regular thing for him to do in his spare time. The sighting was his second time spotting the creature, and a companion of his managed to capture it on camera. He is seen riding his ATV through the creek when the creature walks directly over the creek bed further away from him.
I see it, ladies and gentlemen, right here, this little black figure. There it goes. It's still right there, and he sees he's looking at it now. I mean, these things just seem like they want to get away. You know, they don't care about the human aspect at all. They're just like, oh, just fucking leave me alone. Me, I would be. I'm telling you.
In the description of the video, he mentions the Beast of Gum Hill being a creature that is very rarely spotted, and that there was only taken a still photo of it in the 80s.
Number 3. Bigfoot caught on police dash cam. The Lumpkin County dash cam Bigfoot was captured in 2009 from a Georgia State police officer's cruiser. In the video caught in the middle of the night, you can barely see a pair of legs hightailing it across the highway.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
What the crap? What was that? Did you see that? Yes. Holy crap. What the heck was that? That was on 2 feet, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
The police officers can clearly be heard saying things like "what the hell" and "what was that" just after the creature passes by. Sometime after, a Lumpkin County Sheriff, Stacy Gerard, had followed up with the case and began an investigation of the supposed Bigfoot. Sheriff Gerard was reported to have interviewed the residents of several homes near the area where the sighting occurred. The story then says that the sheriff supposedly ran into a pair of college students who were acting nervous and strange when the sheriff began to question the students.
I don't know.
Number 2. Paul Freeman footage. Whatever. This footage was captured in 1994 by Bigfoot hunter Paul Freeman. The clip shows a Bigfoot walking in front of the camera, looking at Paul Freeman.
And he's a Bigfoot hunter, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I don't know. Does he shoot at it? Let's see. There it is. Right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, there he goes.
There it is. Look at this. This is insane. Look at that thing.
Jesus.
Then disappearing into the woods.
2 of them, I guess. Man. Oh.
He sounds scared shitless, folks.
Where it went. Oh, God.
The clip starts with Freeman trying to control the camera while searching for an unexplained noise.
So this is video number 2 out of 15, ladies and gentlemen. And in my opinion, again, 15 and 14 were the best.
Paul comments that he can hear the brush breaking and the figure appears. Later, a second Bigfoot can be seen for a couple of seconds peering from behind a tree. The latter part of the footage apparently depicts an adult Bigfoot picking up a juvenile.
Yeah, here they go with the babies.
Oh, God.
There's two of them, I guess. Man. Ooh. I wonder where they went.
Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you've ever been curious as to what I look like in real life, then follow me on Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT with underscores instead of spaces. I also have a Twitter at YT_chills where I post video updates. I'd really appreciate it if you followed me, and feel free to videos in the future, then hit that subscribe button because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Number 1, Patterson-Gimlin film. Probably the greatest Bigfoot footage of all time is the Patterson-Gimlin film captured by Roger.
It's not the greatest Bigfoot. I mean, Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen, this is what aggravates me. This is like the very first video ever captured like of a Bigfoot. And again, in my opinion, 15 and 14 were the best. This one's pretty good too.
Patterson and Robert Gimlin on October 20th, 1967. On the day in question, the men were researching Sasquatch reports near Bluff Creek in California. They were on horseback and came across an overturned tree. As the pair rounded the tree, they spotted a large figure beside the creek. At the sight of the Bigfoot, Patterson's horse reared. Roger quickly untangled himself from the straps and spent about 20 seconds removing the camera from his saddlebag. By the time he began to film the creature, Patterson was 120 feet away. Roger Patterson began to run after the Bigfoot with his 16mm camera. He stopped at a distance of about 80 feet and captured the most famous section of the film. The Sasquatch looks over its right shoulder at Roger, who then falls to his knees. The creature has long arms, a coned head, a ridge down the spine, a slow walking pace, and a prominent brow ridge. In the clip, the creature turns at the men a total of 2 times. Shortly after the final glance, the Bigfoot walks behind a grove of trees, reappears for a second, and then walks away.
Hey everyone, my name is...
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta tell you, I'm just so into this shit. You know what I mean? I want you guys to be into it too. So, with that being said, thanks for watching. Is This For Real with Blaizeman on the FFN network. Check us out next Sunday from 7 until whenever. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
You have just watched an FFN Network production.